Starting right now. Oh, and boom, we're live. Cool. All right, we are live on YouTube and inside of my mastermind. If you're not inside my mastermind yet for influencer marketing, that is in the link below this very video. So I want to welcome you guys to this live session with Michael Ambrose. Boom, we got a viewer. How about that? Viewer, yeah. Michael Ambrose, Facebook ads expert. So if you're not familiar with Mike or eCom dudes, I mean, we've worked together for a while, but he's kind of been in the back, just really running these massive campaigns for us. And it's pretty remarkable of what he's been able to accomplish for us. So we're finally bringing Mike to the forefront, sharing a few of his tips and techniques. Social ads expert is out now, something that he just recently put out. He's gonna be letting you guys know about that as well and what he's sharing and the amazing techniques that he's sharing to make sure that you're not wasting money with Facebook ads. Now you are inside of this mastermind following me and following my content for influencer marketing and also e-commerce. So some people are more towards influencer marketing only, some are more towards e-com only, some are a mix of both. But as we know, we don't want to ignore other ways that we can get traffic onto our e-com stores. So as we know, traffic is the key to everything. Can't really do anything without getting traffic to our stores. So we can always supplement our influencer marketing efforts or general e-com efforts with Facebook ads as well. It's still a great source of getting traffic to your store, your offers, your products, whatever it may be. So that's why I wanted to shine some light on Facebook targeting as well. And also there's no other person to bring in other than Mike. I'm really the best at everything. Has some experience with Facebook ads, I do it for a while now, but Mike has really seen some amazing results with it. And that's why, Dan Silva and eCom dudes brought him on, also a good friend of mine introduced him to Dan. So that's how we kind of brought everything all together, if you're wondering, if you follow Dan and I. So this is Michael Ambrose. So Mike, what do you see as pretty much the deal breaker, or I guess you could say a common mistake that people make when it comes to targeting with their Facebook ads?
Right. So first of all, I just want to thank Anthony for having me on here. It's a pleasure, it really is. And before he said that I wasn't the best at everything, I really am the best at everything.
I was like, I'm not the best at everything. That's why I brought you on here to fill in the gap. I can't do it by myself.
Gotcha. All right. So the number one thing that I see that people are losing a lot of money within Facebook ads and whatnot are they're putting their products in front of the wrong people. Now I know Anthony preaches about getting the right influencers in the right niche and putting your products in front of people that actually want to see your products, not people that are, just going to give you a like. That you want to target people that are actually going to click on the link in the bio, with influencers, but with Facebook ads in general. I have a secret method that I'm actually going to get to you guys in this live video that's, pretty remarkable. It's going to show you guys exactly how to stop leaving money on the table and really just master Facebook ads in general. So, excited to share that information with you guys.
Awesome.
Today.
Yes. So we're going to break that down. It's like a few different ways that you're going to be targeting your people. And what's really awesome about this is that it doesn't just apply to Facebook ads. Mike has a good experience with this targeting method with Facebook ads, but the same principles apply to influencer marketing as well. Just an advertising principle, marketing principles, things that you want to keep in mind when you're going out there and marketing and pretty much using your hard-earned money for ad spend. We know not everyone has the biggest budget, so we're not going to go ahead and just waste your money by telling you, all right, well, just throw $100 there and see how it works, because not everyone has the largest budget to just test every possible thing in the book or all of their ideas. So we want to make sure that you're getting the biggest bang for your buck and that your ad spend is being effectively used. We don't want to just throw half of it away so you could test it on your own. That's the reason why we're here, so that we're teaching you from our trial and error to pretty much save you from that. So I mean, I hope that you guys realize that. And I hope that Mike can shine some light on it. So when we're talking about building out the foundation of your brand, what have you seen for pretty much brand awareness? What would someone want to target for brand awareness? Let's say they want to build out their following, get more engagement, stuff along those lines.
Right. So when it comes down to any ad with influencer marketing or Facebook advertising, you have to have a goal. If you don't have a goal with an ad, I mean, a lot of you already know it's very basic, but you don't have a goal, what you're trying to get across to people, it's gonna be a waste of money and a waste of time, which is more valuable than money. So when you are running a brand awareness campaign, the thing that I found most, to get people to engage the most is targeting by public figure or celebrity. Because let's be honest, if you're targeting by, I don't know, Kylie Jenner, Ty Lopez, who else? Give me a couple people.
Justin Bieber,
LeBron James just lost in the finals. Big celebrities and public figures, you got to think, even when you're looking through your friends and their recent activity, a lot of people are just liking, double tapping, and in Facebook they're liking and sharing just to, prove to people that they like that stuff. And it's essentially a fake follower and a fake share and a fake like. So what that means is they're going to like that picture or they're going to share that, and more people are going to see it. So that's pretty much why a brand awareness campaign is crucial to target public figures, celebrities, and all that good stuff, because it gets to more people, as in fake followers and fake stuff like that.
There's a difference when you're going for your buyers and when you're going to build your brand awareness. So if you want to just run like a general PPE or post per engagement ad, if you're not familiar with Facebook advertising, and you were starting, for example, a basketball brand, maybe you could just go out and flat out target LeBron James. And that's how you're going to get people who are, pretty clearly involved or interested in basketball, or, LeBron James himself, and people who can go ahead and then check out your brand, build out brand awareness, start engaging with your post. So that's more of like a straightforward targeting. You're just like using a public figure like we were talking about. So that's more of a brand awareness ad.
Right.
But if you're looking to pretty much set up an ad for like website conversions with your Facebook ads, or you're trying to make sales, you would want to intersect your targeting. Exactly. So what would be an example of something along those lines?
So before that, I just want to say that when you're looking up who to target, like public figures and stores, and we're going to get into that later in this live stream as well, but you're going to want to basically go into your audience insight tool. It's very important because that's where all the meat and potatoes is. That's where all the information is. You can type in one public figure, and then it shows you what other public figures people like other than that. So if you were targeting LeBron James, as Anthony said before, it'll show you what other people are liking as well as LeBron James, so you can narrow the audience down and really pinpoint who you're trying to target.
Yeah, because if you're not intersecting your targeting, you're making a huge mistake.
Right. So with Facebook ads, you have to use the audience insight tool. You have to take time and really do the research, because that's who you're going to be targeting. So it's
absolutely, and this also goes hand in hand if you're trying to figure out who you can go to for your influencer campaigns. Right. Because if you were to use the audience insights tool, you could then go ahead and try to find out big brands to base your related post searches. So let's go back to the basketball example before. So if you're trying to start a basketball brand and you want to go ahead and see what's related to LeBron James, so you can put LeBron James either in Instagram search or in your audience insight tool, and then you can go ahead and go onto Instagram. And as we know, that the little arrow pointing down next to the follow button, you can see the related pages on Instagram. So what you get there are a ton of pages that you can scroll through that are either directly or very closely related to the page you're viewing. So if you're viewing like Gary Vee or Tony Robbins or Ty Lopez, you're going to get a list of a bunch of popular entrepreneurs on Instagram, a bunch of related pages. And same is going to go if you do the same for LeBron James and you wanted to start finding pages to start targeting your ads for your new basketball store maybe. So you could go ahead and maybe find Basketball Clips Daily or something along the lines there that are closely related to LeBron James. And then you can reach out to them for a featured post, or you could even use that page on your Facebook targeting if they have a big enough following on Facebook as well. So there's so many ways that influencer marketing and Facebook advertising are going to work hand in hand for you. So not only supplementing one with one another by way of gaining more impressions, clicks to your website, but you're also going to go hand in hand by way of research. So it's really going to help you if you're using both. So definitely do not turn your head from Facebook advertising. I know for the people who are following me strictly for my influencer content, don't think that it's strictly influencers. Yes, influencers are a huge part of my business, and I love using influencers to help me run my biggest campaigns. But Facebook advertising is a great way to supplement your traffic along with influencers for that steady flow and something that's a little bit more controlled in comparison to the method of utilizing influencers. So both you can scale, both are affordable, but you just need to know how to use it properly. So Mike, would you say, you wanted to say a piece on finding your buyers? Because I know that I've spoken a little bit in the past by way of finding your paying audience. So I mean, I know that when you're looking for your paying audience in particular, I've steered my students towards going something such as like a related magazine subscription that's paid for.
Right.
So people who are already paying for something that's very closely related to your product, your niche, whatever you're targeting. So what would you say is best for your purchases? Like, I mean, there are so many things that we've discussed in the past by way of, I mean, the customer life cycle, the different types of advertisements for your different campaigns that you know that you want to run, or what's your true objective out of your campaign? Because I mean, as we know, you're not going to run a campaign if it doesn't have a purpose.
Exactly.
You want to have a purpose behind your campaigns, and if you don't, then you're pretty much just throwing your money down the drain. You want to know what you're doing. I mean, maybe you can throw a shot in the dark and get lucky every now and then, and it can work out in a positive way for you. But you always want to have an objective out of an advertising campaign. And quite frankly, if you have no purpose, whether it's building brand awareness or trying to get clicks to your website or purchases, then you're really not going to see anything. You need to set your focus and figure out what you're utilizing this campaign for and what your goal is. And that's going to start all the way from your headline all the way down to your call to action and what's going to be reflected in your advertisement. Right. So what would you say are a couple of, I guess, good fundamental tips that you would give to people who are maybe struggling with Facebook marketing, even if it's just like a fundamental or like just a key insight, that a takeaway that they should always keep in mind when they're creating their advertisements or trying to see a certain result?
So if your campaign is to get conversions, you're trying to get sales, you're trying to get people to your website, type in their information and get it in the bag right away, get sales conversions. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to target specific stores, and you're going to want to target subscriptions. Because let's be honest, if you're targeting a subscription, those are people that have their wallets open. They're paying monthly in that niche that you're in, right?
Yep.
So if you're targeting somebody by, I don't know, fitness magazine, and you're in the fitness niche, you're going to want to target, subscriptions that people are already open to buying in the fitness niche. It's very important. They're showing buyer's intent, and that's what it comes down to. You don't want to take a shot in the dark. And like I said before, when you are targeting a public figure, those people are showing no buyer's intent. They are showing that they are not willing to spend at all. They're willing to double tap or share or whatever it may be. They're not looking to type their credit card in. They may, but it's more of a chance that you are going to get a conversion or a sale when you are targeting by a subscription. Now, with that being said, the flip side is targeting by a specific store. So if they've shown enough interest to become, on your website, they're on your website searching through all your products, not saying that they are going to necessarily buy, but they're showing enough buyer's intent to be interested in your products.
Yeah, it's a micro commitment.
Exactly.
It's something that is completely different than if you just had a regular cold traffic lead, whether it's just an email address or someone's phone number out there. They've shown some sort of micro commitment, some sort of interest.
There's some hope they may buy from you.
So yeah. And what we're going to do is make sure that we have the entire infrastructure set up, from our ads to our checkout pages, that it's as easy as possible for them to go throughout that process.
Yep.
So yeah, that's a good point. I mean, if you're seeing that they're making those micro commitments, you could even look at your competitors in a certain space. So if you're trying to sell a certain type of jewelry, maybe you're trying to sell bracelets. I mean, this is just a sample. Dan and I made this. We're looking to start a brand. Kind of got held up, but you know what? It might come back this summer. We're thinking about it right now. But when I was looking at like the targeting for middle to higher end jewelry, accessories, or like bracelets, watches, stuff like that, I would first look at the competitors. So I would start by reverse engineering what's going on right now, see what's working now. And one brand that I came across was, I think it was Mansai. It's Mansai, if I'm correct. Super simple rope bracelets with like an anchor like tied into it. And it's so funny because I actually walked into one of their physical stores in downtown Manhattan, and I looked at the products, and I tried it on just because they had a sales rep there, and I was like, I'll mess around with it, because I was so intrigued with what they had, because I knew that you can get the same exact quality, or maybe it's like a little bit lesser, on AliExpress for about $2 or $3, and they were selling for $80. $80 a unit.
Talk about ROI.
So it's really all about branding, and you want to see exactly how you can reverse engineer certain things, and that's what I've found is a very successful principle myself with pretty much advertising as a whole. So that's something you always want to keep in mind. Always look around what's going on around you, what's working right now, and add your own twist on it. Reverse engineer what's working right now, and that's a great way to do it. Retro God on YouTube, you asked me a question in regard to influencers. I want to keep this one a little bit more towards Facebook ads. I actually answered that question on my previous ones, but just to answer you real quick, about a 5% engagement rate is pretty typical for influencers. Definitely check out my previous videos. I answered that in the past. So we're going to keep this towards Facebook advertising, because I got this guy right here, not something that we get too often. So we're going to capitalize on Facebook marketing, and people who want to stay focused on Facebook marketing and pretty much focus down on that. Double down on Facebook for this video. But I'll be back to influencers very soon, so don't worry. Shout out to Retro Gun. Yeah, good question. But anyways, where were I? Got completely sidetracked.
Targeting. So
targeting. Right.
So there's one more type of targeting I want to talk about. Basically, this is where I see a lot of people wasting a lot of money. It's very what's the right word? Common mistake people actually do. Exactly. So what it comes down to is when people are running Facebook advertising and they are running a campaign, a lot of people are targeting articles and blogs and whatnot. Now, when it comes down to articles and blogs, you got to look at the big picture. When people are interested in an article or a blog, what are they going there for? They want to know how to do something without paying for it. So if you are targeting a article or blog on Facebook, you're now narrowing it down to a let's just say Life Hacker, or let's say the Rolling Stones magazine. I don't know, you have to pay.
Yeah, no, it's all free.
So if you are targeting by that, they are showing no buyer's intent. Their wallets are not open. Those are the cheap people, to be honest with you. They're not looking to spend any money by any means. So unless you're trying to run a brand awareness campaign, why would you target them if you're trying to get sales? Because they're looking for free stuff. They're not going to buy your stuff.
That's a very valid point. You know what? I see the people on YouTube right now. Drop a like right now for Mike for dropping something like that. I really appreciate that point that he just put out there. Let me know if you guys want to see more stuff like this. I want to see engagements, because this is something that I want to start focusing on doing, bringing on these guest coaches, talking about more interesting stuff, expanding outside of influencer marketing and gearing more towards e-commerce and making it more profitable as a whole. I mean, Mike's dropping some really good points right now, and I appreciate that. Thanks again for coming on. But don't worry, we still got about 10 more minutes before they probably kick us out of here, because they don't like us working here. The cleaning ladies pretty much despise us because they want to clean this room, and we're staying about 4 hours past the closing time of the office, but
a lot of people here.
It's fine. Anyways, thanks again, Mike. So go ahead, drop some engagements. Let me know what you guys think about having guest coaches on like this. Mike is dropping some awesome information. But gearing back towards that, I completely agree with that, because you're not going to see that buyer's intent. That's why we target people who already have their wallets open through finding your paying audience. For example, if you wanted to start selling products in the niche of fishing, you can go ahead and find a monthly subscription for a fishing magazine or a newsletter that you can go ahead and start targeting on Facebook or with your influencer ads, people who are directly pretty much engaging with pages like that. And then you could utilize that to find people who are willing to spend money, because there's a big difference between people who are, liking a page on Facebook and people who are going ahead and taking action on the stuff that they like. Furthermore than like the micro commitment of just a click or just, reading a blog post. Like, yes, those are your prospects, but they're not your high level prospects. Your high level buyers, or you know what I'm saying, people who are likely going to purchase your product. So that's what you always want to keep in mind. It's a very good key fundamental. It's core value that you always want to keep in the back of your mind. I mean, I put out a video on like seven values that you should always keep in mind when you're creating your advertisements, or like pretty much 7 reasons why people fail with their advertisements, like big fundamental mistakes. And I mean, stuff like that is going to hold you back from taking your store or your business that's online from the next level, because you want to make sure that you are in fact getting people who are willing to take bigger commitments than just those little micro commitments. But that's why we have the different types of campaigns when it comes to advertising, and having a key objective in mind whenever you're creating campaigns like that. But yeah, I mean, that's stuff that I wanted to talk about today.
Yeah. I
mean, what are you thinking by way of stuff that you've seen? What was one little nugget that you could drop from social ads expert? Someone that someone needs right now if they're struggling from Facebook marketing. God. I know you dropped a lot. There's hours of stuff in there, but I mean, I want to get a little excerpt, a little quote from Mike, from social ads expert, if we can get one.
Right. It's basically it's a beginner's course, to be honest with you. It's really not going too in depth about Facebook advertising. It's really just glossing over it, giving you a basic overview, and basically how to run it. So it's not really going in there and trying to optimize from your conversions and whatnot. You are actually ready to run a Facebook advertisement. So with that being said, there's a bunch of tips I give in there. There's a bunch of applications and sites to use that can help you to your benefit and all that good stuff. But before I get into anything about that, what we talked about today was targeting, by articles and blogs, by public figures, by stores, and by, what was the last one? Subscriptions.
Yeah.
So that's all good, right? That's all stuff that you want to keep in the back of your mind. But if you follow Anthony, he's really big on influencers and using Instagram to help your business and, catapult your businesses. So with that being said, I glanced over targeting by, interests and stuff like that. What you can do in Facebook, which is very generic, but you could target by male, female. You can target by gender, which I just said.
Demographics.
Exactly.
Interest.
You can target by their income. So you can target people that are making versus people that aren't. And you can choose what number they're making. You could target if they have kids, if they have a daughter, if they have a son, if they have both. You could target a whole bunch of stuff. You can make lookalike audiences. So basically you upload your buyers list, people that have already previously purchased from you.
That's another thing I wanted to talk about as well.
It's very, very big, very crucial.
But going back to before, with your different types of audience and pretty much your intersecting of your audience as well, what have you seen with Facebook advertising? What's going to build the best brand awareness? What are you going to get the greatest reach? What form of advertisement?
For what?
For building your brand awareness.
Who would you target?
No, what would you say is the best form of ad?
What type of ad?
I remember last week you were telling me about video ads.
Oh, yeah. So when it comes down to what type of ads, I didn't understand what you're saying. So you can run, carousel pictures, you can run regular still image pictures, but what I'm really big on is video ads. And why video ads? I'm just gonna throw a quick fact out there. There's 100 million hours of Facebook video watched per day. So let's be honest, people are lazy, just being flat out honest. I mean, personally, I would rather watch something than read something. I'm not a big reader. When I'm ever reading a book, I always, buy the audio book. I don't really like reading, to be honest with you. But when it comes down to running a video versus a image ad, I'm not saying image ads don't work, because they really do. But video ads really break it down and, get people to really engage with your post itself.
And also the awesome part about video ads, which is pretty amazing. I've done this in the past and I saw really, really amazing results. You can segment the people who view your video ad based on the percentage of the video that they actually watch.
Exactly.
And then from there, you can create a custom audience. So let's say it's got to be, I think it's over 500, right?
Yep.
So let's say over 500 people watched 95% of my latest video ad. And then I wanted to go ahead and make sure, I gotta tell the lady to stop. I want to make sure that I want to retarget and re-engage with those people. I can go ahead and create a custom audience off of those 500 people who watched 95% of my video, and then upload that, have Facebook generate that custom audience, and then create a lookalike audience based from that, which will then give me an audience of about 2 million people, 1 percentile of people in the United States who are most like those 500 people who went ahead and made that commitment to watch over 95% of my video or my video ad. And then I have that custom audience of roughly 2 million people. And then I can intersect that again based on demographics, interest, public figures, whatever it may be, to make sure that that targeting is super narrow and super concise to people that you want to make sure are the people you're having in mind. It's that are your objective, whatever the objective is for your advertisement. That's why I always say to keep your objective of your advertisement in mind at all times, from start to finish, if you want to make sure you're not pretty much wasting your money and throwing it down the drain. So that's why I love Facebook and the power that it gives you to go ahead and segment the people that you engage with. So your money is never going to waste with Facebook advertising so long as you repurpose the analytics that you're gaining from it. And that's something that I found pretty amazing. Mike has done that through our video ad campaigns, and it's pretty much seen some amazing results. So that's why I wanted to talk to you guys about that. So be sure to go ahead and expand to that as well, because it's remarkable what you could do with video advertising and making sure that you're re-engaging with people who have made these micro commitments to maybe watch 80% of your video or 95% of your video, because those are going to be the most likely people that are going to pretty much click through to your next still image ads that you can follow them up with. So you want to make sure that you're hitting them with a different dynamic of advertisement if they made that huge commitment to watch maybe 95% of your video. So then you can follow them up maybe on mobile with a still image ad to make sure that they go ahead and purchase that product. Because we see a lot of people aren't only engaging with different types of advertisements from the same advertiser, but they're also purchasing on bigger devices. So someone who maybe sees your still image ad on their phone, on mobile, you can go ahead and take those people and create a custom audience, create a lookalike audience, and then strictly target on desktop when you're trying to put another type of advertisement in front of them. So maybe you want to just get that micro commitment through something such as a video, and you get your viewers list, and then you can create a new advertisement off of that custom audience on desktop with a still image, and you try to get them to purchase rather than just view.
Yeah, so that's one thing I left out when basically when running an ad, you can pick either desktop, mobile, or both. You know what I mean? Or audience network, or you can actually target by audience network or Instagram as well. So when it comes down to, and for those of you that don't know what a lookalike audience is, so Facebook created an algorithm. It's pretty amazing. So what they do is you upload a list. So you have your subscription list. So people that have opted into your website itself, or even your buyers list as well. I'm telling them exactly what a lookalike audience is, even if they don't know what it is. So what Facebook does is you upload a list, and what Facebook does is goes out and finds, see if they have a matching email that's already signed up to Facebook. If they have, and if it matches, boom, there you go. You can advertise to them right on social media platform, which is pretty amazing. And then when you upload that, what Facebook does is goes out and finds people that look exactly like those people, and that's very, very powerful. People that have the same interests, people that have the same, if they have the same kids or not, if they have
same like demographics, just like
exactly,
like pretty much building your ideal customer through their algorithm.
It's pretty amazing.
It's remarkable, and that's what has brought so much value to Facebook marketing as a whole and advertising on Facebook. So that's why I love Facebook ads in addition to influencers. So it's a great way to go ahead and supplement your advertising campaigns. Also do research that's going to go hand in hand. It's pretty much going to help one another.
Exactly.
Because you get a greater idea of what's going on inside of your market, inside of your niche, and then you could also figure out how you're going to target on different platforms and repurposing the analytics and pretty much information that you get through your ad spend.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, other than that, I think that's about everything I wanted to touch on today. We're ending up on a half hour, and the cleaning lady really doesn't like us, and she's banging on the wall. So, anyways, Mike, if you have any closing words, feel free to drop them right now before we wrap things up.
Yeah. In the description, just subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, reach out to me. My email's there. You can actually join my Facebook group. It's very.
I'll drop a link to that in my mastermind. Yeah,
I appreciate that. And we just created a positive atmosphere that you can just. I know he has a mastermind as well. You can basically just be a part of a community that you can just ask questions and not feel dumb about it, and people will help. We'll watch each other's business catapult, and really just learn to optimize. So
awesome, man. Thanks. I appreciate it.
I appreciate the time.
Sort of thing, man. Glad you were on. So everyone, thank you so much for watching. Definitely tune into Mike's channel. He's putting out some great content for Facebook marketing, Facebook advertising. If you want to learn more about that and pretty much move forward with Facebook ads as well, feel free to go ahead to this guy. He's one of the best in the biz in my book. So be sure to do that. We're going to be coming back to you with some more live streams very soon. Definitely throw a like, engage. Let me know what you guys think. Always, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And always shoot me a message on the Facebook Mastermind, tag me, and we could also work towards getting those eCom sales up. Shout out to a few people who posted their results inside of the Facebook group recently. Meet did over $7,000 this month just on influencer ads, and he about to run a pretty big campaign. I think he dipped $400 into one influencer. So good luck on that, man. I saw that inside of the mastermind. So I'm always watching. If I don't like or comment, trust me, I'm always around. I scroll through that mastermind. So with that being said, I'm gonna wrap things up. If you guys aren't in the mastermind you're watching on YouTube, feel free to go ahead and join down below and hit those links. Make sure you also follow Mike. And I'm gonna wrap things up here as we're about to hit a half hour. So thanks again for watching. I'll be catching you guys in the next video.